Hi, Queen A, Happy Girly, IJ, or our Carl. Can you guys hear me? Let me open it on my phone so I'm sure you're hearing me. Okay. So today we'll be starting with Celpip Reading 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time I'll try my best to be fast so that we can maybe do something on Celpip speaking. And moving forward, over time, I may not be able to be doing this on TikTok Live. They just sent me a message now that I keep violating one thing or the other. So maybe I will just stick to YouTube over time. If they don't resolve whatever they are sending me, maybe after today again, I won't be doing this on TikTok anymore. I'll just be doing it on YouTube. So let's start. Um, Maybe we can do this. It's like something that will be interesting since everyone here is trying to do immigration. So let's see. Anyway, so hi, Wakora Amara. Wakosa Amara. Sorry, every day I'll come here and spoil people's name. I'm sorry. TikTok people, one day I'll just vex and close this TikTok. They are just saying I'm violating something. They keep saying I'm violating something. I don't know what I'm violating. So I don't know what I'm violating. They are just stressing me out for nothing. I'll just stop using TikTok very soon. Anyways, it's not writing ideas on topic to give details. Uh-uh. I thought we did writing the other day. Eve. Okay. Okay, let's finish reading though. I will see which one I can do. So let's, like I said, we'll try to be fast and see how and see if we can be able to do other part of self-help. So let's see. Dear prayer, this is part one, and I think it's question. I forgot which question. Let me see. In case you have your self-test speak and you want to be following along, but someone told me the last time that the paragraphs are not arranged the same way for everybody. So it's question 18. So it might not be arranged the same way, but it's still going to be like the same topic. Dear Priya, I finally have some news to share about my immigration process. Uh, okay, before I even start. So for self-pip test, reading one, I'll still say just for people joining us for the first time today. Um, I don't know if you guys can see this on TikTok. Okay, looks blurry a little bit, but if you can't see, someone said YouTube is better and clear, and the fact that they are even telling me that I'm violating their rule. Maybe over time, maybe from next week I wouldn't be doing this on TikTok live. I'll just be doing the class on YouTube live. I'm done with their problem. So, anyways, for self-help reading part one, most times the questions are progressive. The questions are progressive. What it means is they ask you question as the paragraph is advancing. So that's what I mean by progressing. They ask you question as the paragraph is advancing. The question is advancing with the paragraph. So that is it. And they will always ask you what the person is writing about, the main purpose of the email. And I said it the last time. It's either you see the main purpose in the first paragraph or you see it in the last paragraph. Sometimes you can easily see it here. Sometimes you may not see it. You may need to look at the last paragraph to determine what the main reason why they are the main reason why they are writing. And I think we have done a question like that where we were the reason was stated at the last paragraph. So let's start. Dear Priya, I finally have some. Why am I looking on YouTube instead of my main screen? Dear Priya, I finally have some news to share about my immigration process. I had my permanent residency interview at the IRCC office in Mississauga last Thursday, November 14. I know you have been asking me about it every time we talk, so I wanted to give you the full update before our family dinner on Saturday. So here now you are able to figure for this one now you are able to know the reason they are calling. This is it. I know you have been asking me, so I wanted to give updates about the immigration process or wherever she is in her immigration application. So this one, you don't really need to go to the last one to figure out your answer. But in some passage, like I said, it's not often that clear. Anyway, so let's proceed. The interview was scheduled for 10:30 in the morning, but I arrived almost an hour early because I was so nervous about being late. It was -8 that morning, and I wish I had worn my heavier coat. The interview itself went better than I expected. The officer, a woman named Blossom, was surprisingly warm and patient. The whole thing lasted for about 40 minutes. And I intentionally didn't read this part. About 40 minutes. I'm just trying to tell you know that if you're skimming your passage, you may choose not to read the last paragraph. It's not, you can get the main idea of each paragraph from the first sentence. So the whole process lasted about 40 minutes. At the end, Miss Lawson said that my application looks strong. Now, the hard part is waiting. Uncle Rajan keeps telling me not to worry, and mom calls me every evening to ask if any email has arrived. If any mail has arrived, I will keep you posted as soon as I hear anything about. As soon as I hear anything, thanks for being supportive through all of this. It means more than you know. With love, nature. So this is me skimming the passage to know, oh, what's the idea. Now it gives me an idea of what is in this whole passage. I know that, oh, this person went for immigration in the morning. She talked about like the weather too being cold. That's just an overview of, you see how I understood even though I didn't read everything in detail. And I like family members are also like anxious with her, just the same way she's waiting for her decision to be made. It just gives me an overview, and that is what you should get. Like when you skim, you may not, even if you do not read, like I know most times I'll say read the first and the last. If you don't read the first and the last, if you read just the first sentence of each of your paragraph, you will get an idea of what each paragraph is talking about. Like this one, it says the interview was scheduled for 10:30 in the morning, but I arrived almost an hour early because I was so nervous. And then it stops. So you see that if you read this, you know that, oh, this place she's beginning to talk about how the interview went from when she arrived. And then the interview itself, okay, like when she arrived, she's going to be an introduction of how the interview may be going for the interview. So if you read this next sentence now, this paragraph, it will tell you what she's likely to talk about in this whole paragraph. It said the interview itself went better than I expected. If someone tell you, oh, something went better than I expected, the officer, a woman, you know that, oh, she's now starting to describe the whole, that this place she's describing what happened inside that interview. You know that from this first line alone, you will know that, oh, she's going to describe what happened in the interview itself. That is what she's talking about here. And this third line now, The whole thing lasted 40 minutes. And then if you read, I followed it up at the end because I felt it was short. At the end, Miss Lawson said my application looks strong. So this thing give me an overview, like, oh, what is likely to talk about, what likely happened in this particular paragraph, and that is what you should be looking at for. You need to be understanding your paragraph, your passage, how they are organized. the, if you are able to understand your passage, understand your paragraph, this one is even easy because this is part one. Is it may not be, but this thing I'm talking about is very important for you in part three and part four. If you understand how your paragraph is organized, well, you're welcome. If you understand how, oh, thank you, Joke. If you understand how this your paragraph is organized, then you would, when we go to the question, you see that you easily know where to go to look for your. Although this one, like I said, is they organize it as it's progressing, so you may not need it. But if it's in part three, when you understand, oh, this is where they discuss this. This is where you discuss this. Why I said you can ignore the last sentence to read it is that a lot of people have from interacting with a lot of people, they are very slow in reading. And so, since you are very slow in reading, you may not need to read the last sentence as well. Just read the first one. It gives you an idea. You know, for instance, if it's that part three, for instance, I'm sorry that I'm digressing to part three, but I'm saying this because I realize that's where a lot of people like has problem. Like, for instance, if you read part three and you know that, oh, that place is talking about description, when you go to your question, the question, when you read the question, you know, oh, this question is it likely to be in description? Is it likely to be in where they talk about function? Is it likely to be in where they talk about interesting facts, or where they talk about recent contemporary events? When you read your question, so that you don't, that's how you manage time. Because I told myself that today, what we are going to do, I'm going to be explaining this so that you know, like, so that you know how your paragraphs are organized, and you'll be able to answer, manage, use it to manage your time. Because how your paragraph are organized is because time management is the reason why a lot of people, some people are failing. Let me not say everybody, because at the end of the day, if you have all the time in the world, you may be able to figure out all the answer. But the fact that you don't have all the time in the world, you do not, you can't, what's it called, you need to know how to manage that your time. So let's proceed and see. Nisha mainly to writing to Priya, mainly to Dash, ask for help for her immigration paperwork, invite Priya to celebrate at a restaurant, complain about the long wait for the decision, update Priya about her residency interview. So which one do we think is the answer? TikTok, YouTube, oh yeah. Which one do you people think is the answer? I'm not going to be answering for you people. You are the one writing the exam, not me. D. Let me scroll it up for you guys to tell me. TikTok people, you two said D already. Uh-uh. TikTok people, you are not able to pick an answer. Do you want me to scroll down to the last one? No, it's not in the last one, anyways. Joke, which answer did you pick? Are you on YouTube? No. Okay, you two people said D. We are not going to be wasting time. Let's pick, and I think I agree with them. Although you see that this question now is very tricky because they say ask for help. Although it's not, she didn't ask for help. She's just giving updates, but then complain about the long wait, about the decision. This long wait, she's just this long wait now. Do not go and be tempted to pick it because she said, oh, if you read this particular part now, where that they had parties waiting about the weight. This is just a small detail about, it's not what is about, what the whole email is all about. The whole email is providing updates about how everything that happened from when she went for the interview to the time to what the immigration person said and everything. So that's updates. Anyways, let's move on. Nisha did not visit the, Nisha did not visit Deepa because dash because dash. So if I take normally, okay, if you want to answer this question now, they said Nisha did not visit deeper because dash. You know that from skimming this passage, you didn't actually what's it called? You didn't actually read anything about deeper or visiting. But then you have a keyword, deeper, which is somebody's name. And then, like I told you, for this part of self-help reading, the question is advancing, just as the passage is advancing. You know that you start the first one now, they have asked you question on the first paragraph, which is what it's all about, and you already read this part, and you know that this place is talking about what this part is talking what the email is talking about. So to proceed deeper, you use your deeper keyword. You know that the person that wrote the email always know the name of the person that write the email is Nisha. So she did not visit deeper this particular person because what? I take this keyword deeper and visiting. So I search. It's easy to find actually. So you see it is in the second one. Like I told you, if it's Celpip if it's part three now, sorry, if it's part three, you may not, you it's not like don't start from the beginning session. Like I said, when you understand your question, you know where exactly to go to. But for this one, because it's advancing gradually, it's okay to start from the second paragraph to that section. So I see this one. Okay, we skinned and we saw deeper, right? So let's read. The office is near. Where did the sentence now? Here, the office is near Square One Shopping Center, and I remember you mentioning that your friend Deepa works in that area. I almost stopped by to see her, but I did not want to risk losing track of time. So did you people? Okay, someone said C. Okay, yeah. I want to answer it for you people. I'm not going to be answering again. Sorry. TikTok people, you people are not answering. No. Anyways, I know this part is easy, part one. But I wanted to start from beginning because for a long time we have not done part one. That's why I decided to do part one today. So let's do it very fast so that we can move to the hard part. During the interview, Nisha felt relieved. During the interview, Nisha felt relieved when Dash, Miss Lawson accepted her reason for the work gap. Miss Lawson praised her accounting skills. Miss Lawson guaranteed her application will succeed. Miss Lawson skipped the question about Hamilton. What do you guys pick for this number three? Okay, somebody said A, another person said A on YouTube. TikTok people, you people are not following us. Hmm, I was very so someone said A, and this is I think where please go to YouTube if it's blurry on TikTok. Let me reload it. But I think it's very clear on YouTube. I think we picked this one here. We picked did not want to risk being late, and this one you people said A here, which I agree too with you. Yeah, is it clearer now? Oh my god, I don't know how you guys do it on TikTok. It's so stressful looking at that screen. So, anyways, so yeah, here. So this is where they found the answer for people that have not found it, which I believe everybody should find it. So when they said Miss Lawson, like, oh, when they said she was relieved, and this is like I was telling you then, you see that I said this is where the whole interview that when you read about here, it tells you what happened here was about what happened during the interview itself. So this question now, when you read it, when it's likely to is a question that is directed towards what happened during the interview. So you know that this is where you search. And then he said, sorry, I was worried she might question the gap in my employment from 2022 satisfied when I explained that I had taken time off to care for my dad after surgery. I felt a wave of relief when she nodded and moved on. So she was relieved when, so this is the reason when she that accepted that reason. That is when she nodded, because that means nodded means she accepted that reason and moved on. So I agree with the people that picked here. Nisha should expect a decision when uh, should expect a decision within, sorry, don't mind me. Nisha should expect a decision within. Vera, please, and Meta, don't be anxious. So let's do it fast. I'm not going to be wasted. You guys, I think I'm going to go through this one as fast as possible so that you can quickly go to 2, 3, 4 and A. Okay, so someone said A, someone said C. Who said C? Two people said A. Another person said A on TikTok. I think I agree with the people that said E. Who said C? 8 to 10 days, okay. Is it a mistake? Evelyn, I let me I agree with people that said 2 to 3 months, and it's very clear there. But they paraphrased it. See, I should the application looks strong, and that I should expect a decision letter within 8 to 2 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks, sorry. 12 weeks means 3 months, 8 weeks means 4 months. That is 4 weeks in a month, 4 weeks in a month, 8 weeks is 2 months, 12 weeks is 3 months. So this is the answer. I don't know why the person, maybe it's an error when you selected C. Well, it can be 8 to 10 days. If you see, because you see 8 to 10 weeks and days are not the same, no. Based on the email, Nisha most likely feels that certain she would be approved. No, based on the email, Nisha most certainly feels that certain she will be approved, cautiously hopeful about the outcome, deeply worried about the decision, indifferent about the whole process. Based on so you this one now is an inferential question. Like based on this whole email, they're asking you that based on the email and the things she said, is she certain that she will be approved? Is she cautiously hopeful about the outcome? Is she worried about the decision? Is she indifferent? So which one is the answer? Evelyn, are you saying A for this question number 5, or another question? Okay. Favor, Favor, is it B for this question or the previous question we did? I wasn't looking at the screen then. Sorry, you guys. Yes, for 5. Okay, Eve for 5. A. Certain that she will be approved. I don't think she's certain that she will be approved. Okay, Favor, you said for B. Okay, B. Me, I think I will lean with, I'm also agreeing with people that said B. Because if she's certain, she will not, she wouldn't say now the hard part is waiting. And people will, you see that thing. Uncle Rajan keeps telling me not to worry. And mom calls me every evening to ask if the mail have arrived. I'm trying to stay busy with work. Even if you read herself, you see that she said, if everything goes through, she's hopeful, but she's not certain. If by the way, if everything goes through, I was thinking we could plan a, she's hopeful, but she's not, I'm not, that's not going, she's not certain. By the way, if everything, that cautiously hopeful. By the way, if everything, so she's cautious, but she's hopeful. She's not certain. And I wouldn't, this one, she's not indifferent. Indifferent means she's not concerned. And this one, she's not deeply worried because she's relieved at some point because of this thing. She said everything went okay, but she, so this, I agree with this one. Like, she's, if everything goes okay, like, this is what I agree with. Nisha would like to celebrate at Dash. This one, I think they said it there. A restaurant near Square One in Mississauga, the Uncle Rajan's home in Brampton, an Ethiopian restaurant on Lakeshore Boulevard, the Literacy Program Center in Hamilton. This one is easy. Nobody should fail this one, or else I will fight you people. Yeah, many people already said C, so I agree. Is the screen still clear for YouTube people? Somebody said network, so I want to be sure that the screen is clear. Yeah, this one is easy. Thank you for not filling it because it's very easy. So this one is filling the gap. Let's see. Dear Nisha, thank you for the detailed update. I have been dashed to hear about about your interview. It sounds like Miss Lawson. Okay, let's see. I have been dashed. Reluctant, eager, hesitant, surprised. Which one? You guys should not waste time. Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute for this question. This one, you are not looking at the email again. You are just going to be inferring from the what they mean. This is an inferential question. You're not going back to this. What is it? You shouldn't be wasting time. Okay, eager. I agree with you people. I'm going to, oh, my face is blocking the screen. Okay, let me scroll up. But I don't know what to always do. I can't relocate down my face. I've been trying to move that in a way or even remove it totally. There is even nothing my face is doing on that screen. Okay. To hear about the interview. It sounded like Miss Lawson was really dash, confused and slow, strict and formal, brief and direct, warm and patient, which must have helped calm your nerve. Yeah. People said D, and I agree, which must have helped calm your nerve. I'm so glad you were able to explain the time you spent that without any problem. Volunteering in Hamilton, searching for a new job, looking after your dad, your father, studying the for the interview. This one, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Your time is ticking. You shouldn't be spending up to this time. This one is easy from when we did the upper part. We figured it out. Who said studying for the interview? Okay, no, see. Okay, looking after your father, see. Okay, yes, of course. 8 without any problem. 8 to 12 weeks of waiting will certainly feel long, but try to stay positive, like Uncle Rajan said. I completely agree. We should celebrate at Dash. At the Dash, if everything works out. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Some of these questions, you're not supposed to spend more than 5 seconds to pick an answer. Hey, thank you. People that were fast, thank you. Although people that are not fast, try to be fast too. Because this one, we have easily answered and we have read something on it. So you shouldn't be wasting. There are some questions that are bonus for you that that you shouldn't be wasting time on. That meal was absolutely incredible. I will mention the good news to everyone at Dash this weekend, unless you would rather tell them yourself. Which one is the right answer? Fingers crossed for you. With love, Priya. C. Okay. Yeah. You guys are good with this part one. So I'm glad at least in the exam, everybody should score this part correctly, or at least if you want to miss one. But I'm really hoping you don't miss anyone. So because this is where you bonus mark your 11 points here should be, you should have it complete. So that I know it's from part two, people are struggling, but even part two, you shouldn't be failing more than one. I always say part one is a bonus part. Do anybody have anyone? If you have any particular one you actually want us to do, like in each of these parts, you can always say it and we'll do it. I'm just looking. Let me just pick anyone. Let's do wildlife safari vehicle, safety literature, that. Mm, yeah, let's just do it. So let's study our diagram and see. Institutional public notice style, safari vehicle safety guide, essential equipment and features for wildlife tour. Okay, this place is vehicle specification. This one is safety features and protective equipment, viewing area, viewing features, emergency content kit, emergency kit content, don't mind me, comfort features, communication system, daily safety check, contact information. mm, okay, emergency response, purpose rangers. Okay. Note, all vehicle undergo weekly maintenance check and yearly safety certification. Guides are guides are trained guides are trained in emergency response and wildlife behavior. So let's go to the question. Hi Tom, that is me studying to see, oh, what my diagram is, the different part of the diagram. I always love to do that. If you are here, if you have always been here, you know. So I know where everything is. So hi Tom, and I will know the kind of things they discussed in it anyways. Hi Tom, I'm waiting to update you on your new Safari vehicle safety protocol. As the head guide, I want to make sure you are aware of all the features in our upgraded vehicle. First, make sure to point out to the guest that we have dash for better wildlife viewing. Where do you think this question is going to be? It's blur now. Okay, let me reload it and then we'll start. Sorry. Is it clear now? Love medic. Yeah, viewing features. Exactly. That's what you should know where you are not going to ever. Where is my mouse? You're not going to ever come and start searching from the beginning and be looking like who does not have destination. No, you should know where you are going to. The first place, you should have a good guess at the first place you're going to look. If it's not now there, you have another guess because you know how your diagram, what is in your, you may not know the details of what is under each one, but you already know what was discussed, so you know exactly where to go. And that is why when they said we have dash for better wildlife viewing, and this person that said viewing features, exactly, you go there. So your option, I don't know where my mouse is running to. So which one is the answer? Tinted windows, pop-up roof, elevated seating, camera mount. And then we can, okay. So if you go there, you said pop-up for viewing, pop-up roof for 360 viewing, tinted glass, binocular, elevated mountain seating arrangement. So which one do you think? Somebody said B. Oh, that's why I'm. Somebody said B, and why? This question is kind of better viewing. Point out to the guests that we have pop up this one. Oh, so yeah, right. So, and I do agree with this person first, the person that said B, for better wildlife viewing. No, no, what? Okay, yeah. Yes, I agree. Sorry, I was looking at another thing. So let's see. For safety, for guest safety, we have installed dash, and each vehicle is equipped with. Okay, let's see. For guest safety, you should know where to go for this one. C, for guest safety, we have installed dash, and each vehicle is okay. Safety belt for all seats. Okay. First aid kit certified. So, this person says C, and I do agree. So for guest safety, we have and each vehicle is equipped with dash. If you want me to scroll down at any point, yes, it will be the recording of this video is will be on my live on my page on YouTube. It will be under live. When you go to my page, you will see videos, I think shorts, you will see live and you see playlist. So if you click on that live, you see it. What do you guys speak here? Okay, you want me to go up? They said, what did you say? Okay. All vehicle and each vehicle is equipped with what? Is equipped with what? Oh, let me read it. A weather, what is it called? A weather alert system, mm, a satellite phone, emergency flare, a first aid kit. Somebody said, do you guys agree? Okay. Yeah, you can always watch the video later. That's the remember that before each draw, remember that before each door you will need to check dash. Where do you get want me to scroll up or down? I want you to be able to figure out where your questions lie. Remember that before each store, you will need to check dash the GPS tracking device, the emergency radio, the tire pressure, the cool bus. Hey, I'm supposed to even be asking you when you choose A. Okay, when you choose the person that chose A, why did you choose A? Remember that before each store, you will need to check the tire, the cool bus. Tire pressure. Somebody said tire pressure. This question is even somehow, but tire pressure. Another one said, somebody said A, three people said C, tire pressure. And another person said in their daily safety manual. In the daily safety measures. Down, please. I think it's question 50. This is question 50. All vehicle undergo weekly maintenance check and yearly certificate. There is nothing that has to do with this question there. Guides are trained. I don't know if that's where you want me to scroll to. Is this where you want me to scroll to? The person that said D, I'm not sure that is going to be D. Because D, the cool bus is just for entertainment. Or let's read the following this thing. In the case of emergency, remember that before each store you will need dash. Whatever this question, it cannot be cool bus. Cool bus is for refreshment and is not really important. B, emergency radio. GPS safety, tire pressure. I don't know why they I will go with emergency radio. Or tire pressure too. No, I think for I remember before each store you will need to check the tire pressure. In case of emergency, I will go with tire pressure. In the case of emergency, we now have dash installed. I'll go with tire pressure. I will explain why I went with tire pressure later. In the case of emergency, we now have dash installed in every vehicle. Sign, signal booster, two-way radios. Samuel, is it A that you're picking or which one? The A, is it for this question or for the previous question? What do you guys pick? Then this option is B2, two-way radios. Mhm. Mobile signal booster. Mhm. Okay, let's see if you can please review these features and let me know if you have any question. Okay, we have. So let me show you guys like here. Sorry. Here, this is the one I said. You see this place that everybody was confused as to what to pick. So they said, remember that each store you need to check dash. So they said, if you look at this diagram, you will see here that they have daily. Somebody said this, but I wanted to point it out to everybody, even people on TikTok. I don't know if there's still anybody there, but okay, there are still 7 people there. See, daily safety checks. Daily safety check. Remember, you read it. So it says tire pressure. That means every day you must check for tire pressure, you must check for fuel level, you must check for radio system, you must check for emergency equipment and the brake system. These are every what you have to check every day. And out of those options, this is the only one that is within this option. That is why this is what this one of the this one of the diagram is. But so out of this whole place, this is where you is likely to be there. As in, this is the only one that is in what you must check every day. And the person somebody said, like the person that said it was actually absolutely correct. For the person that said cool bus, refreshment is not compulsory, but to make sure that you are not stranded or something, for your safety check you must check this. Then in the case of emergency, we now have this one. This particular part is confusing, however, installed in each vehicle. If you say I used elimination umbrella holder, what do you need the umbrella holder for? It's not really. Is it for rain? Rain is not an emergency. Then binocular is for viewing, right? So if you say it's not, it's for viewing, so you can use elimination. But if it's in case of emergency, the most likely thing, because if you check under emergency, a satellite phone or emergency, they didn't, but two-way radio, it will be like in case of emergency, you will need to talk to somebody to come rescue you, right? And this is where, like, to communicate with you need to communicate with either the emergency response team. In the case of emergency, you will need so they have a two-way radio. But this mobile signal might have worked, but for this place, I think the two-way radio is the first thing, like, you need, that in case of emergency you need to actually communicate to somebody. So I feel this question is kind of inferential. And which other part is confusing around here? I'm not sure any other part is confusing. So, like your question, figure out the kind of question. Are they asking you a direct question or something that you have to check a deeper meaning? That's what you mean. That I don't know if you used to like watch people's videos, you will see that they talk about, or you read on some people, you see types of question. They say inferential question. So you ask yourself, is this an inferential question? What is the meaning? So that is it. So the safety vehicle is dash. The safari vehicle is dash. Are checked daily for safety. Can carry up to 10 passengers. Have automatic transmission. Run on fuel only. Where do you people think this question is going to be? Tell me. Do you want me to scroll up or down? Okay, you say I should explain 5. I've explained it already. We now have dash installed in every vehicle? Because if you start with this is where the question started from. I'm just saying it. In the case of emergency, we now have dash. So you use elimination. Umbrella is not really an emergency. Binocular is for viewing when you want to view. You know what that binocular stuff is. I've explained it before. I don't know if you if that like my explanation is more clear. It's two-way radio to be able to communicate with the emergency response team. This is like the one that is more influential. We have this installed in every vehicle, a two-way radio that you can use to talk or something in every vehicle. Please view each figure. So let's see. Go up. Each vehicle have dash. They said are checked daily for safety. The safari vehicle are checked daily for safety, can carry up to 10 passengers, have automatic transmission, run on daily this thing. And I already told you, you know where to look for this answer. You should know where you look for this answer. My mouse there. You guys are wasting time in picking this answer. Do you want me to scroll up or down? A. So reinforce justice. What made you people choose A? If I ask, please. If I may ask, people that chose A. YouTube people. You forgot YouTube people. Not forget you people. Actually, I'm not even check daily safety. Oh, Christina, you are welcome. Missy, you guys are here. I'm not even looking at the TikTok. Is it when YouTube I've been looking at since I've not been looking at TikTok people. So you guys, oh shit. Oh, daily safety. I check daily for safety. Okay. Yeah. Mm. The vehicles are designed to dash. Um, the travel at high speed, mm, provide maximum comfort, handle rough terrain, save on fuel consumption. This one, I don't know anything about vehicle anyways. The vehicles are designed to travel at high speed. Let's see. This is the vehicle's features. Let's see. Let's see. Or did they say anything about it? Especially, let's read the features first. Uh, Reinforced chassis. What is reinforced chassis? Fuel capacity. No. All terrain tires. Okay, yeah. All terrain tires. Handle rough terrain. Am I the one? I'm sorry. I'm answering for you guys. I'm not supposed to be answering for you guys, anyways. So, which one do you people choose? Christina, which one did you choose? Missy. TikTok, YouTube people have been saying are saying C. T said C too. Handle rough terrain, all terrain tire. C. You guys said C. Um, I'm kind of skeptical. I'm not saying about this C. Then I'm kind of skeptical about you those that answer you guys pick. The communication system in the vehicle dash. Let's see. Work only in emergency situation. Really. Connect to multiple channels. Require annual maintenance. Operate on solar power. Oh, I'm not supposed to go there, but let me go there. You already know. So let's see. Work only in emergency. Connect to multiple channels. Require annual maintenance. Operate on solar. So which one? This is communication part. I'm there already. So the communication. Oh my god. I am spelling. You guys in exam like this, is that how we want to waste time? Connect to multiple channels. Okay. B. Yeah, connect to multiple channels. Yeah. Require annual maintenance. This is that of the answer. This is that of the answer. I don't think this is that of the answer. So yeah. Do YouTube people agree that I want to agree with TikTok people? I think one person in okay, Vera also said B in YouTube. So do you guys agree with everything? If you don't agree, you are wasting time in the exam anyways. Uh, so let me ask you people, why did you choose C here? Christina, why did you choose C in this particular number two? They said the vehicles are designed to, he said, handle rough terrain. So what made you this question also goes to YouTube people. What what made you people choose B C? I'm not saying you people are wrong, but what made you choose B? You choose C because handle rough terrain. Hmm? You said all terrain tire. The vehicle are designed to handle off terrain. I know that's where that because that's why I read this for you people. I know where that's where you people are looking for. But if you look at all the other options too, the vehicles are designed to travel. I don't know if it's I don't know really I don't really know what this reinforced chassis. I don't know anything about vehicle. Maybe people that knows much about vehicle can tell us what chassis is a vehicle. I don't even know what it is, so I can't even explain. Travel at high speed. What is this one? Provide multiple maximum comfort. Why didn't you people choose maximum comfort? Let me even ask. Because it has AC, it has cushion share, it has storage compartment, cool box for refreshment, umbrella holders. Oh, leg of the car. Okay. Reinforcement. Thank you, T, for thank you. I don't know. I know new chassis. I know I always know I hear people say new chassis, but I don't know what chassis means. Thank you. So why don't you people choose the vehicle? The vehicles are designed to provide maximum comfort, because if you look at these whole features here too, it's about providing like maximum comfort. But I'm not saying you people are wrong, oh, but handle rough terrain, are designed to handle rough terrain, or all terrain tire. Yeah, I was I'm just letting you know, like a lot of people will go and be following this thing. I pick B. It was not specifically stated like rough terrain exactly, but all terrain, like provide maximum comfort. For me in exam, I may fail it too, but I will go with the one that I can visibly see in all of these things, and which is like that providing comfort. But since a whole lot of people picked C, Adekunle Bisola, sorry, I'm calling your last, is pick B. It was not specifically stated. Aduni, that means you are going with B too, right? The Jeep, they have high tires to handle their design. What of, so they just said all terrain also fits in exactly. But I just wanted people, like, you need to like have critical thinking. Why? I'm not saying that this is the correct one, because I didn't set this question. I don't even know how they come about their question or anything. But I'm just saying, like, did you consider this option? Because when, like I said, when you get to exam and you're having difficulty, you use elimination. Since why I wouldn't choose high speed is because this is like for like a tall vehicle, and a tall vehicle doesn't necessarily need to travel at high speed. You just so I don't know if it's this place, so I wouldn't be picking this because of high speed. I will also not be picking this because save on fuel consumption. It didn't say anything about saving on fuel. It only told us the capacity. Just the same way this place only told us all terrain tire. That is how I will also not, because why did you people not choose that it saves fuel too? I'm not saying I'm correct. Don't go and follow me. You that are changing your mind, don't go and follow. All terrains means both rough and smooth. It's are designed for all terrain. So I wouldn't, so like if I'm using the elimination, this one will also be gone. That's what I'm just saying. So let's vote again on this question. But if you fail, nobody should come for me. How many people pick B for this question? And how many people pick C? I will go with the people that pick the highest. Let's see. So when questions are hard, you use elimination. You stand your ground. Okay, Christina. Thank you. And I love that you stand your ground, because I don't like people to lean in. So we have one C, okay, one C so far. I think C, go for B. But then if we comfort features doesn't mean maximum comfort, but food, comfortable share, air conditioning, com- well, means what? B, one B. I think we have two B, two C. So all terrain means rough and smooth. Aduni, that means you are going with what? Is it A or B? Let me, I will give you 1 minute one. I'll pick one. C, Missy said C. Okay, C are having it. Oh my God, Aduni, you are choosing in Chinese. Please tell us what it means. Like what you wrote is in Chinese. Eh, I don't want to count my option as part of it. So let you people, I'm just like saying. Okay, I'll leave it as C. Nobody, people are not. Let's submit. See, people have it more based on TikTok answer. Ah, and they are correct. Wow. Okay. With the exam, I'm going to fail one because I'm still going to choose my mother. I mentioned the primary purpose is not comfort. Okay. Includes heavy suspension because I said I don't know what heavy suspension means. Okay. Includes heavy suspension, all terrain, reinforced chassis. Oh, okay. Because these are the features I do not know. So these things I don't know. Like I don't know about cars, so I don't know what it means. What parents. Okay, Christina. T, since you know what chassis mean, you're supposed to get this question correctly because I do not know I don't know anything 18 about life. I don't even drive anyways. So yeah, good one. Thank God I followed with majority of the people. And Christina, well done. When is even your exam? You have been so this is the one giving everybody problem. There's one question I did about okay, let me not do the question I've done. I did it during the week. I wanted to do it here, but let me not do what I've done. It will not be challenging. I want something that is both challenging to you people and challenging to me. Mm, should we do 100? I've always been mentioning this question every time, but I've never gotten to do it because it has North America and Canada is North America. 3 and 4. Okay, so let's start. Mm, for today, I'm not going to be reading first and last because I noticed a lot of people here, they're not fast in reading. So we are going to be reading only the first this thing. You'll still understand what the main idea are from the first line of this sentence, and I'm going to be explaining. The modern highway system in North the modern highway system in North America represents one of the most ambitious infrastructure infrastructure projects in human history. Beginning in the early 20th century, I will stop there. So from this sentence, okay, let me know so the modern highway in North America represents one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in human history. What can you say about this first sentence? Let's see. What is this place talking about? What do you think this paragraph will be talking about? Because you need to understand where your questions are. You don't need to be going up and down. You need to understand where your questions are. So, and that is why I want to see if you can get the main idea of your paragraph from your first question. The main highway system in North America represents one of the most ambitious infrastructure in human history. So that in the exam you just only read this and understand, oh, this is what they're going to be talking about. Don't go and read this place as I'm showing you. Don't read it. I just want you to focus on this place. I'm not reading it. I'm just only focused there. I want to say, if they ask you summarize this first sentence in your own words, summarize it. Like, what do you think this whole place is talking about? Is it like description? Is it like history? Is it like what are they talking about? Because that's how your passage in some paragraph they will talk about function, they will talk about purpose, they will talk about maybe benefits. So you need to understand or cultural significance. So you need to understand what each paragraph is talking about. So here now, looking at this paragraph, you need to understand how they are organized. Is paragraph A, what is it talking about? Is it history? Is it description? Is it Missy, why are you changing your exam day? Why are you running? The modern highway. You guys answer. Introduction, okay. History, okay. You two people use okay. History of highway, okay. History, okay. So I will write history. I'm going to go with what people are saying because every day I'll tell you people this is what I wrote. Today, people are going to be telling me what I'm going to be writing. History is what they discussed in A. So we know that whenever we see question that has to do with history, we know where to go. Then the real transformation of, and then we are not going to be using more than 15 minutes in summarizing this because we are learning now. We are beginning to learn time management. We are going to be learning time management. The real transformation of North American highway occurred in 1950 with the launch of the interstate highway system in United States. So what is this sentence talking about? That one is easy to choose. So you should not waste my time. 15 seconds. I'm counting it with my hand. If you reach, I will move on. 15 seconds have passed. You have not decided on what that place. Exactly. Transformation. Somebody said transformation and launch. I'm going to take that. Okay, transformation. Missy, that's very good. B. We move on. So 15 seconds again. Canada followed a similar path with Trans-Canadian Highway, a similar path with the with the Trans with the Trans-Canada Highway, which began construction in 1960. So what is this one talking about? One, two, oh, sorry, I'm not counting loud. 15 seconds is gone. You okay. Construction of Trans-Canadian Highway. Okay. For me, I would just say Canada transformation because it's still talking about Canada transforming their own way or Canada highway, anything, but just know that it's about Canada there. The connection. Missy, why did you say connection here? Be typing your response while we move on. So 15 seconds here, that's what you're going to use. If you use 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds here, that means 60 seconds you have skimmed through your passage and you have understood what your how your paragraph is organized. That's the point. So make sure if you're practicing 15, you time yourself 15 seconds to read this and figure it out. The impact of this highway system in North America on North America has been profound. So this one is actually easier. Yeah, give me the one. I'm not supposed to count more than five self. You should give me something here. The impact of this highway on North America. Okay, exactly. So Aduni, thank you. Impact immediately. You are so fast. See, so now we know how our paragraph is. This place is talking about history, maybe history or introduction, history, description or something. That's what your A is talking about, right? Your B is talking about transformation of the the transformation that started and the launch, right? C is talking about the Canada highway transformation as well, like, and then the last one is talking about impact, like the impact of this highway, the impact the highway have. So let's read our question. The development of highways in North America was influenced by the European system. So if you look at this question now, which paragraph do you think is going to be in without trying to use any keyword yet? If you look at this question, from this question itself, the development of highway in North America was influenced by European road system. If you want to guess first, we are not sure. If you want to guess which paragraph from A to D based on what we have history transformation, we have Canada transformation or Canada highway, and we have impact. Do you think it will be under history or under transformation or under the Canada highway transformation or under impact? Where do you think this question is going to be? Which paragraph? The development. Look at the keyword now, the development of highways. Okay, give me two. Let's start with two. Give me two paragraph where you somebody said the was influenced. Give me two paragraph that if you want to guess. Chizzy, are you saying A or D or D or A? Which one? Okay, A and D. Okay, A and D. No, I don't agree with D. D is not even part of the answer. Was influenced, that something was influenced and that you are influencing something is different though. If the highway is the one influencing, but they said something influenced it. If the highway was the one influencing, now I will agree with D. But so you are going to be reading for me. That's what I just like. We are going to you look at this question now. The development of highway for me, if of highways in a was influenced by dash, who influenced it? I'm likely to go with A and B. And so I will take my keyword. Austin, thank you. Okay, so many people. Okay, Austin, Anita Austin. Sorry, I think your first name is Anita. Anita, thank you. So I'm going to go with A and B. So I will know that okay, I'm going to take my keyword. Highway was influenced by European road system. So the keyword now, development and European road system. I'm going to be looking for European and development. I didn't see anything here. I scanned. Oh, sorry. That no wonder I didn't see anything. So I go to my aid. So let's see European and this thing. I didn't see anything about European here. I see Germany. Germany is Europe. So maybe let me see. So let me read. I see Germany here. I didn't see anything that has to do with Europe or anything. They are just giving you history or more of dates of how the thing started. But here is inspired by German. Okay, see, was President President D. Wright, inspired by the German Autobahn network during the distance, championed the creation of the comprehensive national highway system. Can you see it? So you know that they didn't use European, but I know that Germany is in Europe. Did you see? So I know that transformation. Why? If my first option was actually B to search, but because people were even saying A, I said okay because it's history. If you talk, what is development? Development and the transformation launched. The launch. Remember we mentioned launch. So but it doesn't hurt too quickly since it's scanning you are doing. I quickly scanned A. I didn't see it here, and because I know a keyword is Europe and this development, I see Europe. I see German. So influenced by, inspired by Germany is Germany Autobahn road network during the distance. So this place is Germany is in Europe. So let's read the whole sentence where it started from. It started from here. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, inspired by, I think is a former, is one of the one president in America, I guess, with the launch of the okay, let's see, the return with the launch of the interstate highway system in United States. The president D, that is maybe the president then, was inspired by. So you can see. So me, I'm going to pick B. I don't know. Do you people agree with me? Yeah, that is the answer. Thank you, Austin. So let's read the next question. So you have to tell me early roads in North Americans were difficult to use weather condition. Where do you think this question is going to be? Early road, early. Remember, early. The key word is early. A, I agree with Austin. Who else is? Oh, TikTok is faster than YouTube. I don't know. A, okay, you guys agree it's going to be A because early means history. The early roads in the 1900 early roads. So we are going to go to A. So we are going to we are difficult to use in poor weather poor weather condition. So the key word here now is poor weather condition. So let's look. Oh, here. So let's read it. Prior to this period, most roads were unpaved dirty tracks that became nearly impassable during wet weather. Yeah. So you see how you know where your questions are. and how. And if you exactly know it where it is and you can't find it there, there's no point to be running up and down. You pick your E. The Canadian Highway project took longer to complete than initially planned. So this one now, if anybody did not tell me the right one, I'm going to come to your house and look for you, because this one is very easy. Which paragraph? Of course, thank you, Austin. Everybody should get this one correct. So which paragraph? Because this one is can only be discussed. If it's not there, that means the answer is not given. If it's not there, so tell me which paragraph. See exactly. So we know where Canada it was discussed. The Canadian highway system took longer. You read the question to understand the meaning. Took longer to complete than initially planned. Okay. Okay, keyword now. Which keyword are we going to? The highway project took longer. Took longer. That's remember, took longer is a keyword here. So than initially planned. Okay. I've almost searched all this thing. I didn't see any. The fourth line. Somebody says C. The fourth line. What is the fourth line? Which is the fourth? Where is the fourth line? One, two, three, four. Here. The okay, this place, which is they said the highway first. This is where it's supposed to be too. I read there, but I don't see anything that has to do with. Remember, I said took longer to complete than initially planned. The highway faced numerous engineering challenge, particularly in the Rocky Mountains and the Canadian Shield, which where workers had to blast through solid rock and build bridges over challenging terrain. Let's even continue, but it is not there. The main route was officially completed in 1971, though improvement and extension continue to be to the present continue to the present day. If you look at this thing now, they didn't tell you like the that initially planned when they planned to complete it, and that it took longer. They didn't in any way. If you read the whole passage now from the beginning, they didn't in any way tell you like, oh, they planned to finish it here and it took longer. Timing and nothing about the timing was stated exactly, Christina. They didn't in any way tell you that, but it was supposed to be here. And since it's not here, some people now will say, ah, it's not here. Maybe, let me go and check other places. Maybe it's no, don't check other places. It cannot be in any other places. You pick in. Don't waste your time when you know that, oh, this is where. That's why I said understand where how your paragraph is organized and where they're supposed to discuss. If it's not there, it's not there. Don't go and be running up and down, be wasting the time that you don't have. Pick E. Maybe after you have answered the whole of your question, you can always go back and now start picking, or what's it called, and now start revising again. Those ones you pick it that you were not sure. But this one now is not is not given, because that's the only place they discuss about Canada, this thing. It cannot be anywhere else. So let's go. State government were responsible for most system interstate highway system funding. State government, where do you think this is going to be? Do you think, because from what we read, do you think it's going to, where do you think it's going to be, and where do you think it's not going to? I don't know how to put this question now. Where do you think this is going to be? State government. Remember the first one talked about history, transformation and launch of the this thing in America, and we have almost read through this whole C that talk about Canada, nothing about state government. The last one is about impact. So where do you think it's going to be? Aduni, is it this one you are saying E, not stated, or the previous one? And Austin, I guess is the previous one. So this number four. Number four, B. Welcome, Joyous. Where is it in the B? Okay, you think it, okay, you said it's good. I said which part do you think is not stated? Okay, I think I agree with, we can skim through, but My first option is E. Exactly. You people are now understanding it. My first one, because from our skimming through, nothing. They don't really. I'm not sure they even talk about funding in any part of the this thing. Like, but though now, like now that I went to see, I saw something on cost and all. But we cannot see like my first option will be E. But like Joyo said, and another place for me, because I understand this passage, I might actually go to B, like Joyo said. And also, since I've gone through this Canadian one, I'm not going to go under it again. But where they are discussing countries now, okay, maybe it might be there. So I'll quickly skim through to see if I will see anything about funding. And then if it's the same way, it's stated the same way, or they added something else to it. If they stated the same way, then fine. So we are looking for funding. The state government here, and I see government here. The federal aid, okay. Federal and state government. See, this see it here. This massive undertaking required unprecedented cooperation between federal and state governments. Okay, good. There's federal and state government, with the federal government covering 90% of the road construction. So you see, yes, it's actually in B, but it's not given. It can be in B, but it's federal government that is covering, not C. So it's not even given. Like, it's not given. So let's move on. Do everybody agree with me with this E that I picked? I think you two people agree. So let's see. The Trans Canada Highway required, if you don't agree with me, call me back and tell me which number you don't agree with. The Trans Canada Highway required extensive geological uh geological modification. I think this one we know. There's no point me telling you, because we already know, see where Canada Highway is. So your own work is, you already know. If you see this question in exam, I'm sure most of you know exactly where to go by now. The Trans Canada Highway. You cannot go and be starting from A and be searching for what is not lost. If you do that, I'm going to fight you in that exam. So if you see question like this, you already know by now. You should know that it's C direct. So go and check if it's now there. Required extensive geological modifications. Okay. Do you agree or not? I think we have almost read everything in that paragraph C, so you should be able to. What's the answer? Is it C or E? Let me ask it that way, because we know where it is. Is it C or E? I'm giving you 15 seconds because you have wasted more than 30 seconds or 60 seconds already. I'm counting. C. Okay, Veracruz, thank you. And Bisola, yes, I agree with you. But why do you, let me know if you understand this question. Okay. What is this? Aminat. Yes, thank you. Why do you, can you please tell me why you chose is C? Even yes, I agree with you, it's correct, but tell me why you chose C. I want to know that you are understanding the question and how to locate your answers. Let me not waste time, because so that we can do C. I've seen that we have less than 30 minutes more to go and do number 4. Let's see. Here now, you can see the highway faces numerous engineering challenges, particularly the Rocky Mountains. That's geological modification, and the Canada Shield, where workers has to blast through the solid rock and build bridges. That is, they are modifying over the challenging terrain. So, is extensive modification. They are building bridges over the challenging terrain. That's the same. Like, this is what they call strong paraphrasing. So let's see. Highway construction has had both positive and negative effects in the society. Okay, you guys, where is this one supposed to be? If anybody fail this one, me, I'm going to fight that person. Let me be looking at the people that will give me a wrong option now. Oh yeah, I'm not going. And Austin, is it? Sorry, Anita. I keep calling you your last name. Anita, is it for this number six that you picked your option? Okay, okay. Missy, is this for this? Okay, okay, okay. You guys, of course, you understand it because you say effect and impact means the same thing. So we are going to go there. So you know the paragraph where we are going to look. Thank you. I'm loving you guys this afternoon so much. Oh, sorry. So let's go and confirm. Highways have both positive and negative effects in the society. I have seen my immediately. I use my eye to be scanning, and I sorry, I'm supposed to use my this thing, but I but you can see despite the challenge, but you see, however, this benefit like it's something that is going to be. They said despite this challenge, that means there is the challenges means a negative effect. The highway remains crucial. So I'm going to it comes with a cost, exactly. The benefit came with a cost, exactly. It had both benefits. Despite these challenges, it remained crucial. So that means it had both positive and negative effects. Even like so, I'm going to be we are going to cement that our choice that we picked. D. So modern modern technology has made highway maintenance more efficient. Sorry, did I have water in this my room? No, I didn't get water today. I'm already thirsty from talking. Modern technology has made highway maintenance more efficient. Which part is do you think is going to be? Okay, Missy, this one number seven is the one you are picking. D. Okay, is it the number six? Okay. Mm, okay, Anita. Okay, I think I. Okay, okay. TikTok people, answer us. So your time is going. You have spent. In fact, your time is up. What am I saying? Your time is up. In exam, you shouldn't be wasting up to this time. Modern technology. Even though, like when we were reading this, my eye went on technology here, but there is no actual. So there is no actual part of the reading. There is no paragraph that specifically talked about like modern technology has made them more efficient or something. I don't think it's discussed in any paragraph. But say because I have seen technologies here, so that some people are not will not go and fall into such trap. Let's read it for their sake. But based on the our skimming and everything, I will choose my first option is E. But so let's read. Modern technology has made that way more efficient. The key word now is more efficient. Let's say continue to evolve. Okay, let's read it from here. Okay, despite these challenges, the highway system remains crucial to the North American transportation infrastructure, carrying millions of vehicles daily and continue to evolve with new technologies and changing needs. They said that the road like that the infrastructure keeps evolving with me, but they didn't say that it made it more efficient. So it's going to be E. It didn't make it more efficient. The key word is, this is like extreme word I'm talking about, more efficient. It didn't make it more efficient. Yes, it's continued to evolve like road system infrastructure, transportation system keep evolving because of technology. But they didn't mention like, okay, that made it more efficient. Individual stated individual individual state okay individual states began improving road quality before federal involvement. Individual states began improving road quality before federal involvement. Which paragraph can this be said? Do you think this one will be? Let me see. Eight. A. Okay. Oh, sorry. Somebody said A. Do you? Oh, okay. You. What made you? Okay. Before I go to A, I'm not even going to. What? Why do you think this question is likely to be in A, Austin? I'm coming. You said A. I wanted to say, why do you think? Okay, the last sentence, I mean the last line in paragraph A. Okay, maybe you have it open there. Anyways, the reason why I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm going to, because you say individual states now began improving road quality before I scroll up there. Began before federal government. That is, this paragraph is talking about how road network, highway road network developed in North America in general. So if you read this question now, it's telling you the people that began this development was the state, individual state, like each state in the country started before the federal government. So this is more like history, and that is why I'm going to go and check in A. So that's the question I'm asking, and not even where it is found. I'm asking you why did you choose to go and start checking in A? So assuming this paragraph was discussed in the middle, do you not tell me you are going to start from? So I just wanted to know what's pushing you to go to where you are going to go and start searching. So it's because I understand that, I understand the question. Individual states began improving road quality before federal government got involved. So I'm going to go to history. So let's see. Okay, it's here. The first significant improvement came in 1920s when several states began implementing standardized road building techniques, including the use of asphalt and concrete surfaces. So I would agree with A. So the last one, the highway system has changed how people conduct business. Where do you think this one is discussed? From now, I'm not sure anybody is going to pick history. This question does not have anything to do with history. So which paragraph do you think is going to be? D. Okay, somebody said D. I don't. You have 15 seconds. One, two, three, four. Because you still have to go and read to be sure. One, two. Time up. It's only one person that is okay. Two people that is saying D. So let's go. Other people are busy wasting time. Yes, has changed how people conduct business. Okay, see it here. Immediately I came, my eye went to revolutionize commerce. So there is even revolutionize means change how people do business. Commerce is business. So there is no point reading plenty. They revolutionize it here. He's discussing about impact. So he said they revolutionized commerce by enabling. It's not telling you how it's revolutionized it. So yeah, this is it. I think we can submit right now, right? Hey, fingers crossed. But I think we did good. At least you guys are understanding where to look. We got it. We got it. Vera, say God help you. God will help you in Jesus' name. So I don't know if you're a Christian, but God will help you. So let me not impose my religion on you. Yeah, we did great. So you see the essence is, if you look this, he is crying again. Maki, why are you? Why are you giving us that face? Part three, because I want some. Don't worry, you will do great. It's on Thursday. Don't worry. You do great. Just practice. I just want to open another paragraph. I'm not going to do it. We are going to fall because there is no time. But I want to like quickly use what we just did to explain again, so that when you are practicing, let me just pick any question. It doesn't matter. Maybe another day we'll do it. Development of virtual reality. Okay. Oh no, let's not do something that has to do with development. So because we already see. Uh, okay, let's use the art of cheese. They like cheese very well in this Canada, so let's do it. So cheese making. Let me read. I'm just going to go through the first line. Sorry that I'm doing this. I don't know. Do you guys want me to go to four straight up, or I just want to just go through this again so that you people will understand, so that we are not doing speaking, you are just coming. We are doing reading. We are almost like, if we do finish four, I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll just skim through speaking if there is time and see. So let's see. Cheese making is an act of sorry is an ancient practice that combines both artistry and scientific precision, dating back over 7,000 years. What do you think? If you look at, okay, I'm not going to ask you again. I'm just going to be talking because I just want to run through this again so that when you're practicing it remain, or you can watch this video again. When you read this, you can see that is an ancient practice. They are describing what she's making is. So if I'm the one now, I will know that this paragraph is going to be talking about description, because they have already stated dated back over 7,000. I'll put description and history. And I will say paragraph 8 is talking about description and history. If I go here, the cheese making process begins with selection of meat, which can come from cow, goat, sheep, or other animal. I will say process. Number 2 is process. That's paragraph B is going to be talking about process. Then I'll go to the next one. Once the curd has formed, the cheesemaker's skill becomes particularly important. The curd are cut into. Okay, so I will put, because I know that this place is particularly talking about chord. It's going to be talking about chord, and then I wrote, because I saw chord and the skills of the cheesemaker. So I'm going to write chord slash skills of the cheesemaker. Cheesemaker. If you like, write the cheesemaker, but have it in your mind. So here is going to be talking about chills and chord become particularly important. Then the final and often the longer phase of cheese making is the aging and maturation process. Sorry, I wanted to. So I'll talk about aging and process. So I know D, C. Okay, this one is B. So I already know how my paragraphs are organized. Then the aging process. See this one now. Immediately you read the aging process requires specific environmental this thing. There's no need to start from A and be searching for environmental factor. You're not going to see it there. You already know your aging process where it's discussed. You come here. Immediately I even came here, I saw environmental immediately. So you already know where it's going to be. So if you look at the second question now, modern cheese production method has completely replaced traditional techniques. This one now, I'm more likely to pick E because or E, but I know it's not in the process, and I know it's not going to be in history or like history. The modern cheese production method have completely replaced in the this thing. So is it that, even if I just know that it's not going to be in A, even though I saw technique here, but it's not going to be in A. This thing, with the way paragraphs are organized, is more likely to be in something like CD. If you understand your passage, is going to be something like in CD. But because I did not see anything like I'm not sure they discuss modern and traditional or anything. My first option is to go with E. Then I will now go and confirm it from the place I feel like is likely to be. But of course, I know where to. I'm not going to be rolling up and down, session. That's going to It's going to make you very anxious. So understanding your question and where to go is where you are going to, like, helps you to know exactly where you are likely to go. If they ask you something like salt serves multiple process in cheese making beyond flavoring, for me it's going to be about in the process. I'm going to go first to B. If you ask me, I'm going to first talk about look for these things in B, or what's it called, in B, or D. Because if you ask multiple process in cheese making beyond flavor, this thing is about the process. So so if I check for salt here and I don't see anything about salt, I will go to D. Because this place also, the reason why I'm going to D is because it also talked about process, and I'm going to check for salt. If it's not D, you choose E, and then move on with your answer. Like is And then move on with your answer, so that if you now have time, those questions that give you problem, you will go back to it. The type of milk could affect the nutritional value of the I actually like us to do this question. Maybe next week we are going to do this question together. I'm not going to do it. We are going to do this question together. Cheesemaker Cheesemakers required to, you know that this one is likely to be in C, can be produced through different methods. So rennet, if you ask me, I'm going to I can be produced. This place now, I'm going to likely choose B or C to look for my to scan for this rennet. Why? Because C talks about what's it called, process of producing whatever, because whatever they are going to be asking you has to do with cheese making, and this thing has to do with process of making it. So I'm likely to search in C. Okay, sea salt here. Like, okay, sea salt here. And the reason why you also like pick your answer fast and move on is that when you are searching for other options, you might also see something. So if you ask me, I'm going to either choose B to search for this rennet, or C because it has to do with producing, process of making something. And B is already talking about making process. So that's how I'm going to use that keyword rennet and can be produced to. So I'm going to go, if I don't see, although I've seen it here, if I don't see it here, I'll quickly scan C again. Scan, you're not reading, you're just, your eyes should be doing a whole lot of work when you are scanning. So know where your questions are. Don't come and start from the beginning. Every question you're starting from the beginning to search. Every question you're starting from the beginning. You can never learn time management, you can never finish if you are doing that. So next week we are going to do, maybe I will, on Sundays are already for Celpip reading. So I don't know what I'll be doing on Saturday, maybe speaking or writing. But somebody, we have done it the other day. Well, people are still obviously not knowing how to develop ideas. So let's see. Let's go to buy and pay later. Should we do this? Because Canada do buy and pay later very well. Yeah. I don't know, but let's do buy and pay later. When the 23-year-old, I'm going to start immediately because time has gone. No, let me see. For 3:30, I must leave here. I'm already beginning to spend more than 2 hours that I said I'll be using here. When 23-year-old marketing coordinator Priya Sharma purchased a new laptop using a popular buy now pay later application, she envisioned seamless install she envisioned seamless installments spread across 6 weeks with no interest accrued. Okay. Mm, a comprehensive survey conducted by the Consumer Agency of Canada revealed that that approximately 42% of buy now pay later users between ages 18 to 34 had missed at least one payment within the 12-month period. And this sentence is very long, oh, with nearly a quarter incurring penalties and compounded their outstanding balances. Okay. Then, notwithstanding these assurances, behavioral economist Dr. Claudette Fontaine expresses profound reservation regarding the psychological underpinning of such platforms. So this person now, from this person, this person is against, express profound reservation, like, of such platform. Then retail analyst Marcus, I don't know this surname, Oba, who's offers a more nuance is like a balanced perspective. So this person is taking a balanced perspective, acknowledging both utility and peril in pe- utility and the peril inherent in these services. So now, like I always tell you, or like I said in my video, know how your paragraph is organized. Like, this place is going to introduce what they are talking about. Is going to introduce what they are talking about, and the next thing you are going to know, if you know what, like, they are likely talking about, you should figure out who is against, who is in support, who is against. So for this place now, although the way they introduced this one, they didn't really introduce it like the common one we have in this particular passage. They didn't really introduce it the way most of the articles are always introduced. They started introducing it with somebody's experience. And this person's experience, I'm not going to say this person is in support, because I think this person, she, reading from this now, you can see that she envisioned something that is very smooth, but the way they introduced it, that she envisioned like without interest, but something else might have happened. That means something else, maybe what she envisioned didn't come to play again. I didn't need to read it to know, but I assume that's what has happened. So she said she envisioned seamless installments spread across 6 weeks with no interest accrued. That is more likely, like, for instance, when I bought my laptop now, they told me I got it buy now and pay later. I paid how much first. So they spread although I finished paying it before they finished listing. So what they're talking about, this is what she envisioned, that she is not going to pay interest. But they said, but if you look at it, she had not anticipated that the cascading effect of multiple concurrent payment plans. So if you read it now, it gives you see that, how I said, she envisioned something. But I know that what they are going to say is that, so, and now you see that but this, she's not part of the people that is going to in support or against. She's not part of it. What I'm trying to take out from this thing now, because I already told you, identify who is in support, identify who is against. But Priya is not one of it. They use Priya's experience to introduce. That's what I'm just trying to find out, to introduce what the topic is about. That is, from this now, I know that the topic is going to be talking about the different perspective about be argument or debate over buy now and pay later, both the pros and the cons. So now the next paragraph, this is where somebody that is likely going to be in support is going to be, even though it's not stated in the first paragraph, but I see where they mention somebody's name. We are from this person, they mention somebody's name, so always look for that place. And most times they organize it in such a way that first person they mention are most likely going to be in support. I'm not talking about this Priya story is used to talk about, to introduce the topic. But this person now, chief, even though I didn't read it, I know that she is going to be in support. And if I go there, the man says something like, we are fundamentally empowering consumers who might otherwise be marginalized. So that means with this statement, he is in support, that with giving buy now and pay later, they are empowering consumer. That means he's the one that is in support. Then the next person, who is Claudette, is against. This person is have a balanced perspective. That's how I would, this whole paragraph is organized. And if you're going to skim through, when you read for meaning, so that you can help give you an inspiration, or not inspiration now, it will give you an understanding of how your passage is organized. And then when you are entering into your question, you are easily going to be answering the question. So let's go into the question. The article primarily examines the this one emergence of predatory lending practices targeting vulnerable population, contentious natures of deferred payment and their effects on youth, the the generational disparity in attitude towards consumer debt accumulation, government initiative to modernize regulatory framework. So which one do you people feel is the answer? I'm asking you people now. Everybody went quiet on me. Have you gone? You people are still here. I finished reading. Nobody answered. So which answer do you feel is this question is all about? By the time I finish reading, I'm supposed to be seeing C, A, B, C. Thank you. Generational disparity, attitude. I did not agree with you, my friend. I did not agree. I agree with people saying B on TikTok on YouTube. Sorry, TikTok people. It's only one person that is in this group that answered, and she. So let's see. The two options we got was C and B. So let's look at the two options. Or let me pick and let's see how far we are going to go fast, even though I've taken much time in explaining. Let's see. Should I be explaining as we are going, or we should quickly rush and see how far we are going to go in these 5 minutes? Although, Jonathan, should I explain? Let me explain for the person that I feel like I should explain. This generational disparity in attitude towards consumer debt accumulation. I don't know why you show C anyways, but this thing is not talking about like debt accumulation. What is this thing saying? The main idea of this thing is they're talking about deferred payment. That's buy now, pay later. The nature of deferred payment, buy now, pay later means buy now and defer your payment to later. And this is the only one that captured the main topic. And they said and their effects. Obviously, that's where the contentious means like a debate, like the argument, the contentious nature, the debate between the contentious nature. Like contentious nature means it tells you buy now, pay later, but then like other things that come up later. So like this argument, this is the one that covers like this is what they call this place is not talking about like debt accumulation. The whole passage is not talking about debt accumulation, although somewhere may be talking about it, but that's not what the overview of this buy now pay later. The whole overview is talking about the whole concept of buy now pay later for the people in support, for the people that are not in support. So let's move on. Jonathan Whitefield Whitefield's characterization of buy now pay later service implies that he views them as, let's see, because I already told you, you know who Jonathan Whitfield is, the person in support, right? I told you then that he's in support. Remember, he's in paragraph B. The chief is in support. So let's see, because he's in support, before we even go there, I'm going to take off this answer and see how you guys can pick answer before we go there and read. Inherently superior to, okay, let's see. Characterization of buy now pay later service implies that he views them as inherently superior to conventional credit instruments, a corrective mechanism for systemic financial exclusion, primarily advantageous to retail establishments in need of moderate regulatory adjustment. So which one do you feel, before we go to where this answer, I want you people critical thinking first before we go to that answer, because to see what, because he's in support. Remember, he's in support of buy now, pay later, how the thing helps people, helps the population. So if you look at this answer, we are not, that's not the ultimate answer now. What do you think is the, he's in support though of the buy now, pay later, Bisola? I don't think D is the answer. It's not saying it needs modification. See, somebody say primarily advantageous to retail establishment. No, I don't think he was not arguing for retail establishment. Abi, let me see. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let me take it out. I think it's, for me, I'm going to go with B more. But then this is not the final answer. I'm just wanting us to critically think, because this person is in support of this topic, which is buy now, pay later. Because if you read that, if you look at that statement I read for you now, you see that he's talking about how they're empowering. That's why I said I don't agree with retail. They're empowering the consumers. They say we are fundamentally empowering consumers who might have been otherwise been marginalized by the conventional lending criteria, assert whoever, Jonathan Wilfield. So he's not arguing for retail store. Remember, I told you that. So is this thing he was arguing for? He said he empowering the consumers for, exactly, for systemic financial exclusion. See it here. This marginalized means exclusion. That because empowering consumers who might have been, exactly, this is, I said B, but before we even went back, I said B, but this one, this marginalization and exclusion. I don't know if you guys know what marginalization means. Marginalization means marginalizing I use the same word, means excluding a group of people from benefiting from something. So that's what marginalization is. For instance, I don't want to use Nigeria, for instance. What will I use for instance to explain what marginalization means? But if you look at this thing now, he said, you look at it again, a corrective mechanism for the systemic financial exclusion. This is it. Who otherwise would have been marginalized by the conventional lending, that is this systemic financial lending criteria. This is just it. This option now is talking about inherently superior. Nobody's talking about, thank God nobody picked A anyways. Thank God nobody picked A, because it's not there. It's not talking about whether it's superior or not superior to other credit platforms. This one said is a corrective mechanism. So if you read it, we are fundamentally empowering consumers who would have been, but this one he's not speaking in support of retail. There's no, I'm not going to overflog the issue, and this one is out of the option. D is out of the option at all, because he's not talking, the person out there is most likely going to call for regulation, in need of moderate regulation. It will be somebody, will be the person sharing a balanced view, if you ask me. So I'm going to pick B. Do you guys agree with me? Like my explanation, does it make sense? Based on her comment, Claudette Fontaine would most likely attribute overspending to, what is Claudette? Was she in support or against or balance? What did she even, well, let me see if you are still following. Is she balanced, or is she not is she balanced, or is she in support, or is she criticizing the main idea of pay now, buy now, pay later? Before we go into her name, is she against? Okay, she's against. Thank you. Yes, cheesy baby. Yes, exactly. She's against. So let's read the options and say would most likely attribute consumers overspending to the predatory marketing strategies deployed by fintech corporation, the psychological separation of acquisition from financial obligation, inadequate disclosure of contractual term and condition, deliberate opaque interest rates. Since, okay, I'm going to take you to that option now. The reason why I'm taking you that there are two options that might, so you'll be able to figure out your option. So now you go to that place. Oh, the, yeah, Claudette Fontaine. This is Claudette Fontaine. What she said expresses profound reservation regarding the psychological underpinnings of such platforms. Now, this is her argument. She contends that fragmentation of payment into osten- ignore into okay, let's ignore the high vocabulary word. That's why I was laughing. She contends that the fragmentation means dividing payment into fragment, into small 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 payments, like dividing the whole overall payment into smaller weekly payment or monthly payments. Comment that the fragmentation of payment into negligible increments obscures the aggregate financial commitment, thereby encouraging expenditure that would otherwise inconceivable. Do you understand what she was saying? Do you understand what she was saying here? Do you understand this statement? Because I see that a lot of high vocabulary words is here. The person is, do you even understand what her main idea is? That's what you ask yourself. Yes, she's against. But what is that? What's the basis of her argument? Okay, thank you. What's the basis of her argument? She's against, but the basis of her argument is that dividing the payment into smaller payment like fragments. Nobody. Thank you, Adini. Thank you. Dividing her payment into smaller fragments is going to like make people to incur additional. That's why I say ignore all the big words. Me, focus on the smaller one. Make people to incur additional expenditure that they will not normally incur because they feel like okay, they are going to be paying small. It makes people the psychology. That's why they said he was talking about the psychological underpinning. The psychological effect is that people who are going to ignore, like, because of the fact that they are paying in fragments, small amount, it makes them to take on expenses, the expenditure that they would normally not want to take in, that are otherwise inconceivable, that is expenses that they will not that they will not normally take, but because of the fact that they are paying small, that they will now go and start taking it. That's what this whole place is talking about. So now let's read. So always read and try to understand the meaning. Ignore the words that you cannot understand and focus on the ones that you can understand. It will just give you context to understand and pick your answer. Predatory marketing strategies deployed by that. Okay, let's read the question again. Based on her comment, Fontaine would most likely attribute consumer overspend, that is that expenditure, that is buying things that they would not normally buy. What would they, from this explanation, what would they assign this overspending to? The predatory marketing strategies deployed by fintechs, the psychological separation of acquisition from financial obligation, the inadequate disclosure of contractual terms and conditions, deliberate opaque interest rate calculation. So Aduni, you have retracted your statement. Now that you understood, thank you. You now you understand. You see, if you understand the meaning of what somebody said, ignore the high vocabulary words. Focus on the smaller words that you can understand in that statement and try to give it meaning to yourself. Then you will not be able to pick the right answer. Don't let the big word, the minute you see it, it scare you and you quickly rush to go and pick wrong answer. No. Make sure you now, immediately you read it and say, yeah, big word, I don't understand. Immediately tell yourself, no, I'm going to reread this sentence and focus on the words I'm going to understand. If you focus on this word alone, this sentence alone, thereby encouraging expenditures that would be otherwise inconceivable, is enough for you to pick pick the right answer. TikTok people, wetin be your answer? Because people are not answering. We increase something. There is an underlying factor that will be ignored. So is it A or B? I want to know A, B, C, D. B or C? In the exam, are you going to tell them B or C? She's abeg now. B or C? No, they did not talk about anything about the contract. C is that of the use. Okay, let's use elimination now. Let's use. They did not talk about the deliberate opaque interest rate. Like, she didn't talk about interest rates. She didn't actually talk about interest rates. So this is that of the question. Condition was discussed. This is that of the question. So why are you saying B or C? The predatory, they didn't even talk about the marketing strategy. So if you use elimination too, so when it's hard, try to use elimination. So the separation, this person said this is the only way that she talked about the psychological. And if you read where the statements even started, it started with that psychological, okay, profound reservation regarding the psychological underpinnings of such platform. So that is the psychological effects of such platform. So the separation of acquisition from the financial obligation. That is, obligation means financial commitment. Is blurry. Please go to YouTube. I will reload it. Let me see. If I reload it and see if it is clear. What did we pick here? We picked, I forgot what we picked here. Contentious nature, I think. Then this one, where did we pick? Yeah, this one, right? This one, right? I forgot. Yeah, yeah, this is what we picked here. So let's read the next one. Which statement would Marcus say? Marcus be likely to endorse? We already know what Marcus shared. All of you, you already know that we have known the person in supporting. We know that he's balanced, so there's no need to ask you that one. He shared a balanced perspective. So, what is he most likely to endorse? Instrumental platform invariably precipitates hardship. Consumer education, have it at the back of your mind that he's sharing a balanced perspective, a nuanced perspective. The consumer education paramount to responsible platform utilization. Okay. The merit of such service categorically outweighs their drawbacks. The answer. Okay. Regulatory intervention is superfluous. Is superfluous. Regulatory intervention is superfluous, given the big drama they like. So let's go. You people choose. I've brought it to Marcus. You can use the elimination or to eliminate and pick your answer. Always have it at the back of mind that if it's hard, please go to YouTube. If it's still blurry, please. If it's hard, D. Okay. Let me not. Okay. YouTube people. Okay. Cheesy, when you mean four, is it four? Four means D, right? Is- Timers. Time up, time up, time up. No, I don't agree with regulatory. He didn't even say anything about I don't know if he said anything about regulatory, but I don't think he's going to regulatory, given the existing safeguard. Do you even understand what this statement means? Given don't go and pick answers because of picking. Do you, when you pick this answer, did you understand what this statement means? I don't even agree, anyways. But do you understand this statement? Don't go and pick answer that you don't understand. For me, I'm going to go with people that said B, and this is the reason. If you use okay, let's use elimination first, but I'm going to show you the reason. Instrumental platform invariably precipitates financial hardship. No, if he's going, if because he shares a balanced view. If he shares a balanced view, exactly, yes. Thank you, Abelube. Abelube, Abi. Exactly, that's it. Owing to financial literacy. Literacy means education. But if you look at this one, if you and thank God nobody picked A, so there's no point saying this one is out of the question. This one, the merits of such service outweighs. If you are going to pick this one, that means you are saying that you're actually favoring one, but he's balanced. He's somebody that shares a balanced view, so he cannot be saying one is more outweigh the other. No. So let's read. Let me this person has pointed out where it is actually. Abelube. He said it. He said acknowledging the utility. Utility is the use and the disadvantage, the perils, the disadvantage in these services. He observed that utilization can indeed facilitate budgetary management, yet concede that insufficient literacy education financial literacy, sorry, I don't know why I put education. Insufficient financial literacy renders many consumers vulnerable to the inadvertent overextension. Don't worry about this statement. The main focus is the insufficient financial literacy. So that means he would most likely, he said that the reason why people fall into this overextension or make them vulnerable is because they don't have sufficient financial literacy, that is financial education. So now he's going to support consumers education, that if they are well educated now, they will be able to use those platforms responsibly. And this is why I agree with people that picked B. I'm explaining this for the person that picked D, Shizi. Then Priya's reflection suggests that that's Priya Sharma's reflection suggests that she was deliberately deceived by misleading promotional materials, misjudged her capacity to navigate concurrent payment obligations, neglected to she neglected to scrutinize the application terms and service, remained unaware that interest could accumulate on purchase. So which one do people choose? Do you want me to scroll up or down? Or I should leave it where it is? You guys talk the quick. 3:30, I'm out of here. I'm very hungry. I've not eaten since morning. And this is 3:24. 6 minutes more. Let's read. People are reading. You have spent more than 1 minute reading. Time up. Oh, it's blur. Let me load it again and quickly pick all the answer. There we. Somebody said it's blur. Is this still blur? So why I'm picking all the answer, be figuring your answer for that last one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, somebody said C. Prayer day up, oh. Prayer day up and down if you don't know. Prayer no day only down. Prayer day up, but if you want me to scroll up, I'll scroll up for you. Prayer day goes up and down. If people are taking time, me, I'll really put down and microwave my food and eat. I'm hungry. People are wasting time. 2 minutes have gone on top one question. People, this is 3:26. Is this what you are going to be doing in the exam? Somebody said B. Okay, two people said B. Anyway, you see what I'm talking about? TikTok was telling me that I have inactivity. But next week, I'm not using TikTok again. People should come and meet me on YouTube. I beg. And it's always very blue and annoying. And they will be sending nonsense message all the time. Actually. Okay, B. TikTok people are still sleeping. They have not chosen an answer till now. T, what is your answer? Let me scroll down. It's not there. This is where the answer is for the person that said, I know Priya is here, but Priya is also down, like I said. See where they said, for individuals like Priya, who has since curtailed her reliance on such applications, the lessons proved the lessons proved costly. Exactly, and that's where this question is. I genuinely believed I was being financially savvy. Then Chama reflect, exactly, that's our reflection. I genuinely believed I was being financially savvy. And then, okay, but I was essentially borrowing from my future self without fully comprehending the consequence. So let's read the option. She was not deceived. She's just she just doesn't understand what buy now pay later means. That's what this statement means. Remain unaware of the interest. No, interest did not accumulate though. They didn't talk about interest. She was just borrowing because they said, if you see it here, they just said, oh, like um, spreading the payment with no interest accrued, but they didn't. Government concurrent payment plans. Okay, she had many multiple concurrent payment plans exceeding the value of her original. This is where the problem is. The concurrent payment plan, the multiple God. The, okay. The judge her ability to navigate concurrent payment plan. That's where the problem is. It's not about interest rates. Because if the thing had no interest rate, but because of the concurrent payment plan that she had to make, so she couldn't navigate it, she couldn't manage the concurrent payment plans. That's what her reflection is, that she was going from her spiritual self. Anyways, let's go. We have 1 minute more, but we can obviously, if I've eaten into my, you use how many minutes to answer one question. Now this one I'm going to be counting time and we are going to finish in 1 minute. The articles raises dash questions about consumer protection in digital era. Raises peripheral question, fundamental question, speculative question, tangential wahala. Me that I'm telling people, do you understand the meaning of your option? I don't know the meaning of tangent. Is it mathematics? Tangential, but I'm going to, if I'm going to pick, I'll pick the ones what I know over what I do not know the meaning. So I'll pick fundamental question. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I've given you my own answer, but if you know the meaning of other things, you can pick other your options. Someone says speculative question, but me, I'm going. Okay, I'm going with B, fundamental question. Abeluba, are you going with B or D? You did this question. Which one is it? B for this number six. I be number one. Is it B? Is B okay? Many people are going with B, so I'm going to go with B or her because I don't know what peripheral question or tangent. So I'm going to go with the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. Fundamental, and I feel that's what fits in here. The fundamental questions about consumer protection in digital era. Why Whitfield maintains that this platform dash. Whitfield is the person in support. Remember it. Always remember it. Whenever they ask you, you quickly tell yourself this person was the person in support or in against. Maintains that this platform, abi, yeah, Whitfield is the person in support. Democratize access to goods for the marginalized, yeah. Generates substantial revenue for participating retailers, required more rigorous government oversight, disproportionately benefits affluent consumers. Which answer did you people pick? My ear is spinning me. Jesus. Pick, fast, fast. Well, if I count to 10, I would move on. No, you have picked retailers before. I don't agree with B. I don't agree with B. Democratize access to goods for the marginalized. Remember that he talked about marginalized. Remember that we talked about it. We are fundamentally empowering consumer who might otherwise be marginalized by the conventional lending system. Why are you picking B? No, I don't agree. I pick A. Let's move on. But that's the answer. That's something. He's talking about the marginalized. Why are you people picking? Yeah. Why are you people picking B? So let's move on. The survey find the survey findings suggest otherwise. The survey findings suggest otherwise for a substantial portion of users. Okay. Fontaine's observation. Sorry. Fontaine's observation about the dash resonate with about what? Payment fragmentation. Mhm. Sorry, I'm not sure that is this thing. Payment observation about payment resonate profoundly with my own experience juggling multiple payment schedule. Okay. Payment fragmentation, financial obfuscation, cognitive dissociation, psychological manipulation. Which option? Let me take it to so that people will see. This is from Fontaine. So what do people pick? Is D? I don't agree with psychological manipulation. I think it's payment fragmentation. Because if you read it, if you see contains observation about payment, you remember that yes, even though this psychological underpinning that is effect for psychological effects of such platform, she contends that the fragmentation of payment, so that is it, observation about the um payment fragmentation resonates profoundly with my own experience juggling multiple payment schedule. What are the other options? Payment obfuscation. I don't know what obfuscation means, so I wouldn't go with what I don't know. That's how I'm not saying like because I really know a lot of English, but this obfuscation, I don't know what it means. Cognitive, I know what cognitive means, but cognitive dissonance, but this is not dissonance. That's not what it. The cognitive dissonance doesn't fit in here, but this is dissociation. It's not even dissonance. I appreciate that. I appreciate that the obesor, that's the balanced view. The balanced view acknowledges the complexity inherent in this debate. Yet, his emphasis unfair. On that seems to unfairly transfer accountability from corporation to individuals. Okay. His emphasis on stringent corporate governance protocol. No, okay. Let me not say the answer. Cooperative industry to government partnership, individuals, financial literacy and responsibility, comprehensive consumer. His emphasis on, let me go down. His emphasis on comprehensive consumers protection regulation. Did he say something about consumer regulation, individual financial literacy and responsibility, collaborative, clinical? Sorry. Okay, see, somebody said C, and other people say C on YouTube. I agree with you people. Yes, and yes, the final answer. Oh my God, I'm not going to reload it again. If I reload this, I have to start picking. Oh my God, I don't want to be unfair to you guys, but this is work. Reloading this thing for over and over again. Let's do the last one. I will pick all the other options later. Sharma cautiously. mm, Sharma's cautionary tales demonstrate that even those who believe they are dash can fall prey to this, who believe they are exercising okay dash can fall prey to this deceptively straightforward service. Enhanced regulatory scrutiny is unquestionably warranted. Okay, who believe they are exercising fiscal prudence, inherently susceptible to manipulation. They are inherently susceptible to manipulation, financially reckless by nature, deliberately circumventing traditional credits. Which answer did you people pick? The answer is, this is 337 on my own side. If it's 338, I'm going to pick the answer. So let's see. Aduni, you pick C. Read the whole sentence again. Okay. Sharma's cautionary tale demonstrates that even those who believe that they are dash, can fall prey to those deceptively straightforward service. Austin said B. Hmm. TikTok people have not picked answer. 337, almost 1 minute, almost over. And YouTube people, A, B. Okay, Aduni said A. Okay. Aduni, okay, A. Okay. Anita said B. Prisker said B. TikTok people are still indecisive about what they pick. I'm going to scroll and start picking the other options back. It's 3:38, so time up. You have used up all your time. The answer is A. Ah, yeah. The answer is A. Sorry, why am I? I'm going to pick from YouTube. So it says, let's read it again. Let's see. Sharma's precautionary tale demonstrates that even those who are exercising fiscal prudence, that is, fiscal prudence means that when you are being conscious, like you are not overspending, those that manages their finance well, fiscal means money, finance, can fall prey, that is, you can fall into the trap of this deceptionary straightforward service. It's not the other who said B, the people that said B, inherently suspicious. Be- Even those who believe that they are inherently susceptible to it doesn't fit in place. So let's pick the other option that we picked here. Help me pick the options first so that we can submit. We picked this here, we picked this here. Access to goods and services for the marginalized, fundamental. And this place we picked this, we picked this, we picked this, I think, right? Did I make mistake in any one? A corrective method. And this one, I think we picked everything correctly, right? Prudent, yeah, prudent Gabriel. Yeah, being prudent, exactly. I'm just joking, but that's correct. Yeah, so we can submit now. Hopefully, we pass. Which number 8? Let me see. Oh, cognitive dissociation, because I said we don't know. I don't know the meaning of a lot of words used here. No. But cognitive dissonance is the same. The cognitive dissociation between purchasing and paying, disassociation. Wow. Okay, it makes sense that we failed this one because a lot of the English in the option we did not know. So, but at least having A and the other, all the ones we solved today, like, you see, if this is your exam, you would do well. So, dissonance, dissociation. Dissonance and dissociation is the same thing. Cognitive is brain, like, between purchasing and paying and gender. See, the plenty English self would not make me pick the right answer, but at least if you fail one, it's good. So makes sense why we failed the one we failed. But you see that other options, when you know this person's view and this person's view, the person that is against, the person in support, the person that is balanced, it would help you to pick your options. This one is a question that is not that is with comma. I don't know. I don't really understand that. So this is how it goes. Thank you guys. I can't go further into any other one. I thought I would be able to look at um another exam, I'll be another module, But right now, your girl is very hungry and I want to sleep and get ready for tomorrow. Start planning my week. So thank you. God bless you. See you. So you ch- chat me up later. But if I don't answer, it's because last week my week was really very busy. I did not even post any video at all. If you noticed on my page, I couldn't. I have a lot of videos I wanted to post, like I wanted to do, but I couldn't do them. I'm just saying that that's how busy I am. But please send me a message. If I don't respond after a few days or the next day, send me another message until I respond. Berry, what did you say? I think you were asking me for the discount code, but I told you you were on private. I couldn't send it to you. Yeah. Did you send me message? I would. Please, can you send me a DM? I will answer you immediately I end this call. I will answer you immediately I end this call because I couldn't send it to you. Thank you so much and see you next Saturday. I don't have anywhere going next Saturday. So next Saturday, 1 p.m. Mountain Day time. That's 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And we'll do either speaking or writing. But any day we are going to do speaking, somebody will come up and speak. It's not me that will be speaking. It's not only me that will speak. So, do you guys want us to do speaking or writing next week? Let's take a or read this thing with anything that is not reading will be on Sunday, but speaking or writing next week. Which one? Sorry, my DM on TikTok. Cause Anita Austin, I'm sorry. I'm going to. Can you send that? See, I have my last week. We were very busy at work. Like I hardly even had time to do anything. So cheesy baby, can we study together? And I created a group or people can study together or Telegram group. Find a study partner. If you study and you have a question, drop it. That will encourage me to engage the platform. I will not. The platform is not for me to come and be teaching every day. I have work. I work day and night. So if you now have a question, maybe you did a question and you don't understand it and you really want explanation, hey, I can, like, that's what the platform is all about. And then you can find your speaking partner, your study partner there or something. If you have a question, drop it on the group, please. Yeah, find anyone in Canada, find this thing, even that speaking. Like what I wanted to do today is for me, I wanted to hear how all of you come up. That speaking, let's do speaking on Saturday. And it's not me that will come and tell you, oh, this is how you come up with idea. It's people that will be telling me how you come up with idea in the exam, and you will have 30 seconds to do that. So come prepared. I don't know if your exam is next week. All the best. Good luck in your exam and see you next week. I would have written by. And then for people in Nigeria, there are now lots of centers in Nigeria. I think they are up to 6 or 7 now. Kano, they have added lots of centers. So in case Ibadan now is now open, in case you have a date that is like September, and you really want to or far away and you want to bring it back, I think you can. You have one free you can always reschedule your exam. You can do it once for free, so you can reschedule and pick a closer center to to you that is in another state if you want. So they have more centers now. You can check their website. I'll even make a video on that. They have, like, I was even surprised to see it the other day. So see you on Saturday, 1 p.m. Mountain Day time, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Let me end this thing. If you don't see me on YouTube, see me on TikTok. Come and see me on YouTube. But I will try and join. But TikTok are already annoying. Every day they'll say I'm violating something. Last week they said I violated something. This week again, the same.